In football, there are a lot of guys that we consider underrated, a lot of guys that we consider are not getting enough praise as they deserve. And for me, Brahim Diaz from Real Madrid perfectly falls in that same bracket of players. The team full of stars like Real Madrid as like Mbappe, Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., a lot of players who are gonna fall under the shadow, and maybe a lot of people are not gonna get their eyes on and really consider how good they are as a player. But Brahim this season has really solidified himself in my eyes as the X factor of the team. He's a guy that whenever he's on the pitch or when he's not on the pitch, you can see the difference in the team style of play. And it's become a very big reason of who they are of a team and why they get good results. Now, in football, I believe there are a lot of players who I should call them the all-purpose players. Players that have become very important for their teams because they're able to play whatever you want them to play. Guys that play in midfield and defense, or midfield and attack, or even maybe the three at the same time. And Real Madrid, like any good team, is going to have players who are going to be able to fill that role and kind of fall in the same group of players. And for them, Valverde is the prime example of that. He's a guy who has played right back for 8 games this season. It's number 8 for 25, number 6 for 5 games, and right winger for 3 games. You notice always become a very important member of Real Madrid. He's become almost indispensable for the team, and not only one was kind of fell in the same group of players. Tchouaméni, for example, has played for 14 games as number 6, played for 17 games as centre back, and played in 5 games as a number 8. And Brahim Diaz, in my opinion, falls perfectly into the same group of players. A guy that whenever you want them to fill position at midfield or attack, is going to be able to come in and fill in those type of gaps. He only this season has played as a right winger, left winger, number 10, even as a striker in a couple of games. And that's why I think it becomes so important for the team. Whenever you want him to play as left winger or right winger or even midfield, he's going to be able to come in and provide a difference maker to the team. He's going to be able to kind of make himself as a difference maker in the team in whatever position on the field he's going to be playing at. It's really not a valid Brahim Diaz also to come to the team. Let's look at the numbers. Brahim Diaz this season has played in 36 games in all competitions. He's 7th in the squad in the most games played, however, he's only 14th in the most minutes played in the whole team, but that means he's the first option off the bench. He's the guy that, if the team is losing or drawing and need a win, you bring him on. He's the option that, if the team is playing bad and need a guy to maybe come in and whatever position you may need to, Brahim Diaz is kind of the guy that you call upon to really act that role, because he's a player that whenever position he may come on, whatever minute he came on, whatever moment of the game, he's able to shake things up in the game. He's able to bring Real Madrid into late wins, and it's a big difference when you see him on the pitch to whatever he isn't, and that explains why Ancelotti is given his confidence to play in a lot of the games. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't have a great contribution. You can see by numbers in a bit. Yes, probably a lot more contribution in terms of the attack and whatever. There are a lot of guys who are getting pretty good minutes, like in defense, like Asensio. He's probably more important than Asensio, but because of his role in the team and because there have been very injuries in the attack, he hasn't really been called upon to start that many games, even though he's racked up like over 10 starts this season. The contribution he off the bench is really invaluable, and you can really get that from a player elsewhere. And if you look at the stats, he's 5th in goal contributions per 90 in the whole team. He's 1st in goal creating actions per 90, which basically means like all passes, dribbles, and shots that goes to a goal. And he's actually 4th in goals completed per 90 in the whole team. So look at the numbers, only like this kind of only the superficial numbers that we can see. Even if he's coming off the bench, we can see how big of a value and how big of an impact that he brings to this team whenever he's starting, or whenever he's coming off the bench, or whenever he's playing as left winger, right winger. He's going to bring very much value to this team. I mean, it's a contribution from a guy who's mostly coming off the bench. You can really get that in a lot of places. You don't really see a lot of teams who are able to bring in a player of this quality to off the bench in whatever moment of the game they may please to. And even as a player, he has some very unique traits as a footballer, some very unique abilities that you don't really see a lot of players, and that's why it becomes so important to this Real Madrid team. I mean, he has a great technique in small spaces. You know, he's one of the best players in Spain in terms of dribbling in small spaces, getting past 1-2 defenders, maybe closing up on him, and that just opens up a lot of the game in midfield. It opens up because like Vinicius Jr. He's a guy that likes to dribble behind the depth of the defense. Mbappe likes to do the same thing as well. Even in midfield, they like Revalos, Modric, the guys, they are very good with the ball at his feet in terms of passing. And Brahim Diaz is kind of our breath or fresh air, that if you need struggling to control the game or whatever, he brings in players that maybe they don't really have elsewhere on the squad that's able to really provide a technique in the midfield. He's often the guy to make the difference in the games. He's kind of connected in the defense, in the attack, in terms of getting the ball from point A to point B, not only from passing. He's still a great passer, but not only as a passer, also as a ball carrier. If you watch football and if you know football stats, you know how important football carrying is to teams. And guys like wingers are more known for carrying the ball. But in midfield, you also have to get guys that can kind of make that role. All the teams have had guys that not only can pass the ball well, but they can carry the ball well from point A to point B and really change the game that way. And Brahim Diaz is for Real Madrid that kind of connector that they're gonna need and want in a lot of games, and that's why it becomes so important. And that's why maybe he has played in more games than compared to minutes he has played, because there are a lot of games where you kind of see there's something missing in the midfield, and that type of player that you want in Brahim Diaz is kind of the guy that you need on the pitch, and that's why you bring him in. But that doesn't mean that his passing ability is not good. Creatively, he's an amazing guy. He plays some very good through balls. And when you finish with Mbappe in your attack, you're gonna have a lot of focus on pinching long balls or pinching through balls behind the defense, because those two guys are maybe one of the fastest offensive players that are in this game currently playing. So his ability to play through balls often really pays a lot in terms of creating opportunities for the Real Madrid attack. And he also has some pretty good awareness in terms of finding his position to get him some easy goals, because when you have guys like Rodrigo, Mbappe, Bellingham, and Vinicius Jr., a lot of space is going to give to you to really get in good spots to get served to and get a good easy pass to score. And Brahim Diaz understands that, and that's why he has the awareness to really put himself into spots and score easy goals. And just that combined, first of all, it becomes an amazing player. If you see the game against Madrid yesterday or 2 days ago, he was maybe the best player on the pitch. If you look at his offensive side of his game, it's incredible. There are not a lot of guys who are as well rounded as him offensively. You have some great passing ability, some great dribbling ability. You don't really find that type of balance in a lot of players. And the type of versatility he also offers, difference making he offers off the bench or as a starter. These type of players you don't really find in football nowadays. It's a very rare type of player, very unique breed of player. And Real Madrid has here a player that's able to make them the group of the team they are. Just need to find a way to really put everything together.